Hey, thanks for tuning in, everybody. I'm celebrating 800 subscribers today. Yep, raining down the confetti. That's pretty amazing. 800 subscribers. It's pretty awesome. And then I think the second from last weekend of the Renaissance Festival, if not, I think it was the last weekend of the Renaissance Festival. I think it was on Saturday, in fact. A gentleman came up to my cart by the name of Mike, which is kind of funny because of the whole synchronicity thing I'm on a kick about right now. He came up and I was at 776 subscribers. And he came up and he was talking about the contact juggling with me. Some relevance. I work at the Michigan Renaissance Festival, which is now officially over, and I sell my crystal balls that I do the contact juggling with at the Renaissance Festival. In between, I do stage shows. So I'm doing stage shows 4 times a day, and I send people over to my cart to buy my crystal balls that I'm selling so people can learn how to do it. And I go back to my cart after doing a show, and someone comes up and was asking about my art and what I'm doing with the contact juggling. And I told him, well, there's a YouTube channel which teaches you for free. You don't have to buy anything. You can just go to my YouTube channel and you can learn how to do this with anything around. You don't have to buy any of my stuff. And I say that to a lot of people because I'm a horrible salesperson. I really just want to share the art, and that's why I do this. There's a number of other people out there that might criticize me for doing these free tutorials. Like magicians out there say you should never just give away your craft or just teach it to anyone willy-nilly. They have to ask you and want to learn, and you should only do that. But with contact juggling, it's a little different, I feel. I think it's worth getting people to believe in themselves to do it. Showing people that it's something that's accessible, provided you have a certain amount of functionality. And most people have that functionality, I've discovered, and just have self-doubt. And self-doubt is poisonous. With self-doubt, things don't get done. It's like having a pessimistic attitude. Things don't get done if you're feeling doubtful in yourself and you're feeling negative in general. Nothing gets done. And if nothing gets done, you get stagnant. Your life's not going to go anywhere good for you unless someone else comes around and feels good enough and they're optimistic enough to help you out. And that can be draining on other people. If other people are looking after you, people love you. People love you. And if you're negative all the time, it can attract attention for these people to come along and help you. But that eventually runs dry. And you have to make sure that you can pull yourself out of the rut and pick yourself up and dust yourself off and keep going. And I guess that's when it comes down to my philosophy on why I teach the contact juggling on my channel. But the interesting thing was this fellow came up to me and he subscribed to my channel, and I said, oh, you got me to 777. And we talked a little while, we joked around, and I asked him what his name was, and then he told me his name was Mike. I didn't know his name was Mike until after he put me to 777 subscribers. And I told him a little story about how these mics keep popping up in my life recently, these past couple months in fact, and they do these things for me that are very, very milestone-like or monumental to me, or incredibly helpful or deeply meaningful. Meaningful is a good word here. They're deeply meaningful to me in some way, but to the person who's doing it, the mic who's doing it for me, they don't realize they're even doing me a favor or that they're helping me out in some way. Pretty curious, kind of amazing how that whole thing works, the whole synchronicity in the Jungian sense, Carl Jung. Synchronicities in that sense. So if you're not familiar with what synchronicities are in that regard, then look up Carl Jung, Jung, and it'll explain about Carl Jung's philosophy as to what the word synchronicity means, because words are subjective and very often different schools of thought can have different ways of expressing what those words mean. So it's worth checking out. And then I'm celebrating right now 800 subscribers. Last night I checked my phone and I got real excited about it, which was early morning, like after midnight, but I woke up this morning and checked it again to see if it didn't drop down. Because sometimes on YouTube you get these people who subscribe to your channel who aren't actually people. They're false accounts, and they post little things and little links, hoping to fish for people to click on it, and they get a virus or something. So, and sometimes the account goes up, and then they drop down. In this case, I have 800 subscribers. It feels like there are legitimate subscribers who are interested in what's going on in this channel. So, thanks very much for tuning in and watching all this stuff and all of that sort of thing. Now, this is an atypical video. I've been doing a lot of videos on the Paisley couch, but lately, I've been so busy with moving and with caregiving and with doing odd jobs in kind of like a very healthy panic mode, knowing that my daughter is going to be on the way, and I want to do everything I can to get ahead in life so I can spend time with my daughter after she's born. I don't want to have to be going to work and not being around my daughter for the first month or two. I want to really bond with my daughter and spend some time with my girlfriend and do the family thing. I really want to do that, and I have to plan ahead to do that. I have to save up enough to do that. So that's where I'm at right now. And I think that's where the video might be just about finished, except for one more major announcement, which I would like to share with everyone. I nearly forgot to say this, but this is very important to me. One of the people that I take care of, my good friend, my dear friend Jane, she just released her documentary here on YouTube just 2 days ago on the 7th. Really, really exciting. And I urge anyone and everyone out there who are watching these videos to go please check out her documentary. It's about an hour long and explains the life of someone who's disabled. But more than that, she is not her disability. You'll clearly realize that when you're watching this documentary. Jane is an amazing human being, and I think that most people can stand to learn something from her philosophically, intellectually, as far as compassion goes and empathy goes. We all have something to learn from Jane. I'm saying that right now because this woman is an amazing human being, and definitely please worth checking out. Plain Jane, the Shockumentary. Whoa. It's shocking indeed. It's very well, it has a wonderful composition. This video is very well composed. There's very good edits on it, and it's very tactfully done. So I urge you to please check out Plain Jane, the Shockumentary, and I'll leave a link down below so you can find her easier. And it's worth subscribing to Jane too, because she runs a holistic vitality education channel here on YouTube, and she's been posting for a long time, years in fact, many years. And she has plenty of tips and tricks on what you can do to increase the overall quality of life that you have. Tips and tricks on how you can take better care of your health and take charge of your own health instead of waiting for a doctor or a government to come around and tell you what to do with your health. You should take charge of it yourself, because no one knows what's best for you than you, especially if you get better at paying attention to your body and what your body's needs are. So this video is a little bit longer than I imagined it would be, and that's just okay. And a little bit different than I'm used to doing, but that's okay too. I'm trying to make the most of my time, and this is where I leave you today. Thanks very much for tuning in. Celebrating 777 subscribers on Saturday, and of course, last night, on Wednesday night, 800 subscribers. That released the confetti and the techno music. Woo! All right, yeah, and that's it. And then please, of course, check out Jane Hash and her YouTube channel and her brand new documentary. Well, not brand new, just recently released to the public. They used to have copies on DVD they sold, but it's free now. You can check it out for free. Free stuff, right? That's what this is all about. So check out Plain Jane, the Shockumentary on Jane Hash's YouTube channel, Holistic Vitality Education channel. And that's where I'll leave you folks. Thanks once again for tuning in. You have no idea how appreciative I am that there are people out there that actually care about what I say and are listening to what I have to say, because I feel like I have lots to express, and I'd love to share it with anyone and everyone out there who's willing to listen. So with all that considered, please remember to never give up, to do your best, stay true to you, and be amazing, folks. I'll see you in the next video. Or you'll see me. I keep saying that. You're going to see me in the next video if you watch my channel. So there's a half a heart. The other one's, got to turn off the camera. That's it. Bye-bye.